Hello GBA fans, I am Esperancer, also known as the owner of the Dallas Staryu franchise, and I am pleased to introduce to you the official GBA Season 7 fan doc, your one-stop shop for all your statistical needs as we progress through a new gen, a new season, and a new champion in the making. So I'm going to explain to you some of the new features that we have. Obviously, as you can see from the main page, the format has changed somewhat from last season. And I've also changed some of the color formats after some feedback that my colors were a little loud last season. So this is the main page. On the main page, you have your standings where you can track your favorite coaches, their win records, their losses, their differential, their divisional wins, their conference wins, any games that they did not play for whatever reason, and also their current streak. And this will automatically update as the matches are played and entered into this document. And this will also track on the playoff standings so that you can see where your favorite coach would be in the playoffs should the playoffs happen this week. We also have on the main page the league leaders. The top 10 are shown, and this also tracks how many kills they have, both direct and passive, as well as the total, as well as deaths, direct, passive, and total. Their differential, how many games were played, how many games were won, and also this blank column is their draft pick number, but it's blank in this example. We have the official GBA links on the side here under the logo, so you can click here to check out the GBA YouTube channel and see all the latest analyst videos. You can click here to follow GBA Pokemon on Twitter. You can keep up with the latest GBA news on the official WordPress site, and you can also join the official GBA fan Discord server where you can trash talk your opponent's teams and discuss the current news of the league. Next up, we have recent free agency transactions and recent trades between teams, where you can see the 9 most recent transactions of each type that have been made in the GBA, so that you can keep up with how your coach's team has evolved throughout the season as they make transactions. As a reminder, each coach has 3 free agency transactions and unlimited trades, so this will update as necessary until the trade deadline, which is week 9. On the bottom, you have the logic for ranking the league standings as well as the league leaders. You have definitions if you want to know what a direct kill, a passive kill, or a did not play is. You have my shameless plug, and you also have the 7 most recent analyst videos. So you can click on these links to see the latest that was posted to the GBA YouTube channel and click them directly here from the doc. Next tag over, you have the expanded stats. This expands the league leaders chart to not just the top 10, but all the way down to 224, which is the maximum number of Pokemon that can possibly be in the season, considering 16 teams with 11 Pokemon and 3 free agency transactions each. And this will also automatically update as the season goes on. And we also have the master log for the GBA analyst video links. The oldest will be at top and the most recent will be at the bottom. Next tab over, we have the draft and rosters. During the draft, which is this weekend, you will get to follow the draft on this list on the right hand side, which is in the current draft order, so that you can keep up with the picks as they happen. And as they happen, they will also be entered onto the rosters to enter that coach's team. At the end of the draft, each coach will pick a Z captain, and when a Z captain is picked, that Pokemon will be highlighted in yellow so that you know what the captain of your favorite team is. Next tab over, we have transactions. This will keep track of all of the transactions that happen throughout the season, including all free agency log, and there is enough spaces in case every coach makes all 3 transactions. And we have a number of transaction spaces for the trades. Will be oldest on top and newest on the bottom, which is the inverse order of what you will see on the main page. Next tab over, we have the Pokemon list. This is the master list of what Pokemon are available. If it is in black with white letters, then it is currently free. If it is highlighted with a team abbreviation to the side, that means that it has been drafted by that team. And as we progress in the draft, you will be able to look at this board and see what mons are still available and what still has to be drafted. And the coaches will also be able to use this to their advantage so that they can decide what to draft next. Finally, last tab over on the informational tabs, we have the schedule, where you can keep up with the schedule throughout the season so that you know who your favorite coaches are playing week in and week out. And we have this in two flavors. We have weekly schedules where you can see what every week's matches are as well as the outcomes. And we have the at a glance where you can track your favorite team and see who they will be playing, who they will be playing next, and what their record has been up until now. The next 16 tabs are the team tabs, where you can see all the information about a specific team, including their logo, their team name and abbreviation, who it's coached by, their Twitter handles so that you can go and follow them on Twitter, their YouTube channel so you can go and sub to your favorite coaches and keep up with their matches every week, their Twitch account if they have one, as well as any other information that may be relevant, including their time zones, their friend codes, and their showdown names. We also have their win records, loss records, differential, games they forfeited, their streak, where they stand in the playoff race, where they stand in their division, as well as their division wins and conference wins. You can see their current roster, as well as how many kills, deaths, differential, games played, games won, and their ranking is throughout the season, and this will automatically update as the match goes on. Their Z Captain, and again their Z Captain will be highlighted in yellow. Their 3 free agency drops, if they choose to have any, they will be logged here, as well as any trades and transactions they have, and if they run out of room, then I'll find some space on the bottom. The base stats of all of the Pokemon on their roster, including their types. The potential abilities that the Pokemon on their roster may bring. The hazard setters, the hazard removers, the clerics, and the baton passers that are available on your favorite coach's squad, as well as all of the type matchups, including how many weaknesses and resistances there are overall on their team, as well as the totals. And off to the side you can see the results for every match as they happen. The team that they were fighting against will be grayed out so that only the most relevant information for that particular team is highlighted. And you can also see the links for their team builder if they do one, and their battle, so that you can go and watch the battle for yourself to see how it turned out. And I will show you one where some of the information is already filled in, the San Francisco Arcaniners, where you can see the Raichu Alola is the Z Captain, and it is highlighted in yellow. You can see the base stats of all these Pokemon, you can see the potential abilities, the hazard setters, Torkoal the Lone Rapid Spinner, and George may need to draft some clerics and baton passers because he currently has none. The next 12 tabs after the team tabs are the weekly matches, and on the weekly matches you can see who is playing that week, as well as what they are bringing, how many kills, how many deaths. You have the links to their team builders and their battles, as well as a log on what happened and what turn it happened, so that you can reference it when you're watching the video to see how your coach is doing. And we will see what it will look like with it filled in, where the San Francisco Arcaniners lost against the Milwaukee Sawsbucks. Battler X had a Farfetch'd sweep on San Francisco's very bulky team. As you can see, Farfetch'd is way overpowered. We have all the kills, as well as what move killed that Pokemon and what turned it happen. And we have other notes such as Octillery was awarded a passive death because it died of Toxic. The final tab is the Pokemon database, which is a master database of all of the Pokemon that I would think would potentially be drafted in a league format. It's not everything. I don't have Little Cupmons, for example. However, it does have quite a few, and we are actually at 523 Pokemon in this roster. And just as on the Pokemon Master List, if you see it highlighted with a abbreviation on the side, that means it was drafted. And that is the fan doc. I welcome all feedback. I am constantly trying to improve this doc as each season moves along. I have ideas for new features I hope to implement in the future. The way this doc will be updated, I do not want to spoil any matches on the day they are uploaded, so all matches will be entered one day after the videos are uploaded to the individual coaches' channels. That way, you the fans will have the opportunity to go and watch the videos on your coaches' channels before having the outcome spoiled on the fan doc. And finally, make sure you watch the draft stream, which is going on this Sunday, February 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on A Drive's Twitch channel. The link to that channel will be in the description below. You don't want to miss it. We have a lot planned for you. I am your host Espelancer, and I look forward to a fantastic season.